Hey, Ray, thanks for commenting there, but I don't think I missed a point. What I understand is that you guys want to just go into an entry level job, work the 40 hours, and be like, I'm done with it. So let me tell you something from a different perspective, right? So I worked at Wawa, which Wawa is kind of like a Casey's mixed with a Starbucks, right? They're like an upscale convenience store, right? Fresh food, all that fun stuff, right? When I worked there, right, I started out at minimum wage at the time, which was $4.85 an hour. Now I worked overnight, so I got bumped up another $2 an hour, right? So when I say you guys just have to work and you have to excel at it, this is what I mean. You guys come in, you do the job, you clock out, and then you're like, why hasn't anything changed? Well, you're not kind of going the extra mile. See, when I was in that position 20 years ago, because I was born in 1983, as I walk around my office for my moving company, but let me tell you something that when I came in, I said, okay, I'm going to learn how to do this job and do it well and exceed at it right? So I came in, instead of me just coming in at 11 p.m. every day like I was supposed to, I came in at 10 p.m. I came in at 10 p.m. I prepped my center because I always worked behind in the deli, ran the coffee, ran the deli, ran the food, did all the overnight shipments of the food. So back then, Wawa got their bread from a bakery, so I'd have to spoil out all the old bread, bring in the new bread, spoil out all the old food that's on there, clean the RS stations, which are like the sandwich making stations, had to deep clean them, clean the cooking equipment, then had to clean all the coffee equipment, get all those coffee makers ready to go at about 4 a.m. because we had the factory rush coming in, and then I had to get all the rolls buttered and everything, and then I would get out there and I'd help out the guy in the front, so that way we can straighten up, front the aisles, get all the merchandise nice and neat, clean, mop the floors, everything, right? Clean the bathrooms, all that stuff, right? So what happened? I got better at the job. I said, okay, how am I going to get better? How am I going to get better? Then I went to my boss and said, what do I have to do to bring my career to the next level? What he said is, I have to make an impact. And that's all he said to me. So I said, well, what do I mean by an impact? So I went back, talked to my parents, and then I also talked to, because I was always in the office with my mom a lot of times, and she was an executive at a telecommunications company, and talked to her boss, and he said, well, when you mean an impact, make a financial contribution, meaning your performance has to be making some serious profit and revenue for them to want to give you the next step. I said, okay. So I went in. So what can I do to make my shift more profitable? I looked at everything. So, I'm going to start putting on what people want, find out what coffees they really want, so I don't waste the ones that don't work, put on the ones that do work, put the food out at certain nights that people want, change it up every night. And before you know it, I got promoted to an assistant manager and got I got a $5.50 raise, right? Then the next one, I went to next door, got promoted out, went to next door. What can I do to enhance and make an impact? 5 months later, I got a max raise, got promoted again to assistant general manager. Same thing, went up, and just kept the process. I don't understand when you guys say here and say, well, I'm just going to give my bare minimum and I'm going to complain that I don't get any more for it. What I'm saying is, instead of doing the bare minimum, find a way in your 8 hours, to be more productive. Find a way to make them more money with what they have. Be more productive. If someone's slacking saying, hey, I'm not doing this, I'll take the shift. Don't worry, I can do two people's jobs. What's going to happen is you ain't going to do two people's jobs for long. What's going to show is you're going to be able to get it done, and you'll be out of here within a few moments. Within probably like a couple months, right? And you'll be like, oh, I'm getting promoted. That's what I've seen. That's what I've did. I've seen other people excel. They get promoted. I've seen people go from district manager to regional to divisional to executive in like a span of 3 years, and that's how they get it done. And there's a lot of people out there, but if you're going to come in saying, it sucks, I can't afford it, it's like, you got to cut back. You got to cut back. There's a reason why we say it's a Rockefeller life, because only a Rockefeller can live that damn life. All the rest of us, even me, I run a $13 million moving company. I have 9 sites. I still don't spend like I'm a goddamn Rockefeller. I spend like I come from a fucking middle class community. I buy used old trucks. I buy used vehicles. I don't buy a fancy. It's to be nice, but right now, no. I'm going to buy a nice used vehicle that's paid off, that I don't have to worry about, that's easy to maintain. If the oil needs to be changed, I can do it myself, things like that, right? I'm not going to sit here and go and say, well, I'm making $13 million a year. Yeah, I'm going to go out here and get a Lamborghini. I'm going to start paying. No, because you're going to go broke. You're going to go broke. I've seen it happen. I sold Lamborghinis and Ferraris at an exotic car dealer when I was 25. I could tell you right now, most of you get some money in, start going broke, start living the dream, start trying to keep up with the Jones, keep up with the Rockefellers. The one rule I learned in life is be like my parents. They worked hard for 15, 20 years, then retired. Then my dad did what he wanted to do, which is he was a graduate of MIT, chemical engineering, and physics, and chemistry, got PhDs all out the wazoo, worked at NASA. He pursues work, and what his work was a hobby. My mom, graduate of Princeton, went out, did her thing, graduated, I think, 1984, a year after I was born, went to work, ended at 42, and she made a total in those 20 years, working hard, and she worked, and my dad worked. They managed to accumulate a nice nest egg and net worth that they could retire on, and their life has been fun, amazing, and now they're still active. They still look great. And for all you those in the comments down there too, looking saying you're not old enough, it's like I'm fucking 40. The reason why I don't look old to you guys is because I don't drink and I don't do drugs out there. I don't fucking live a degenerate life because I'll stress you out. And I know how to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to get that Starbucks today. I'm not going to get that shit. I'm not going to go buy anything new. I just save my money and let it go. With that said, though, you guys should follow what my words are saying. Life will get a lot easier.